Hello and welcome everyone to Quick Album Reviews. I'm the Turkey CJ Metal. Today is Thanksgiving. Since it is Turkey Day, I wanted to review a Thanksgiving themed album. Now, the closest I could find to that theme is a concept album that has to do with the Pilgrims. You remember those people, yeah? The ones who came to Plymouth Rock in 1620 and had the first Thanksgiving with the Native Americans? Yeah, those guys. The one who had belt buckles on their hats for whatever reason. Or was that Quakers? No, Quakers is oatmeal. But they're also a group of people, too. Interesting. Anyways, so the album I wanted to review today is called Odyssey to the West by Slice the Cake, and it was released in 2016. Slice the Cake? What kind of band name is that? The concept around this album, or I guess the story, is about a pilgrim who has a dream who he believes was sent by God. This leads to the pilgrim leaving his settlement and his loved one behind to journey westward into the unknown. He believes it is his ultimate fate to reach the holy mountain, but obviously his journey is not without struggles. Obviously, also, I'm leaving out a lot of detail. What I just said is really just the super short version of what happens. If you want to read more into the concept and story behind this album, check out the link in the description below from Heavy Blog is Heavy. It goes really into depth about the lyrics, what they mean, and the story and all that. So if you really want to know, and you really should read it, actually, it's a very interesting story, and you never think about writing about the Pilgrims, because who the fuck remembers the Pilgrims? Anyways, the band also released a EP prior to this album called Odyssey to the Gallows, which I guess serves as a prequel to this album's story. So I'd suggest go checking that out too. Besides the story on this album, the music itself is also quite interesting. To define this album to a single genre is not an easy task. There's a lot of styles of music on this album. There's spoken word sections, death metal, deathcore, acoustic, metalcore, and a bunch of other ones. There's also a lot of growling, a lot of shouting, and some clean vocals throughout too. And it's also important to know that the music changes with the story, so these styles don't necessarily come out of nowhere. If you look over the track list, you'll also know that the certain tracks are separated into chapters, and then those chapters correlate with some mood, tone, or whatever, and the music reflects that, and thus the music and story shift together. My recommendation for listening to this album would be to know what's going on during each chapter, at least, so you have an understanding why the music the way it is. Otherwise, the music might seem kind of offbeat, like when it goes from soft to heavy and vice versa. But I can say there is a lot of deathcore on this album. Not in terms of breakdowns. I mean, there are some, but not as much as your typical, Die Artist Murder album kind of deathcore. But instead, it's more focused on the deathcore composition, which is kind of hard to explain. It's like the music in deathcore, just if you took away the breakdowns, is like a majority of this album, besides all the other different styles and things like that. So if you like concept albums and have the 77 minutes necessary to listen to this album, I'd recommend it. Or if you're just looking for an album with a story and or diversity, I'd also recommend checking it out. I'm going to give this album a 8.5 out of 10. I hope you all enjoyed this Thanksgiving themed album review. Let me know down below in the comments what you're having for the Thanksgiving dinner tonight. I hope you're all having a great Thanksgiving. Don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure you tell a friend to do the same. And I will see you at the next review.